we just received Durin's full kit, Varka's banner confirmation, and even some info about new future characters. So let's break down everything. Starting with Durin's kit, he is now confirmed to be a Pyro sword user and a sub DPS. He'll apply Pyro off-field through both his burst and elemental skill. His elemental skill deals Pyro damage and provides continuous healing over time, while his elemental burst provides off-field Pyro application and sustained damage. His major source of damage will come from his burst. In simple terms, he looks like an upgraded, or you could say premium, version of Xiangling, but with added support and buffing utility. But here's where things get messy. Durin has a unique passive talent. He reduces resistance to every element that reacts with Pyro, but not Pyro itself. For example, if you trigger Melt, then only cryo resistance is reduced, and it goes deeper. The resistance shred scales depending on how many Easter egg characters you have in your party. With one character, which is Durin himself, enemies will lose 15% resistance. With 2 Easter egg characters, the shred increases to 30%. So what are Easter egg characters? These are characters who were introduced in lore before becoming playable in-game. Confirmed examples so far include Mona, Venti, Klee, Albedo, Scaramouche, Varka, Carrara, Baiju, Yao Yao, Charlotte, Arlecchino, Alice, and Nicole. If I missed anyone, comment it down below. According to leakers, this will be introduced as a brand new mechanism, with an official name still pending. Now the important part. What does this mean in practice? Durin technically reduces resistance for all elements since Pyro can react with everything. But in reality, the list of units who can truly benefit right now is quite limited. Many of the so-called Easter egg units like Mona, Venti, Klee, Kirara, and Baiju are either outdated or heavily power-crept. That leaves a smaller core of actual strong synergies, mainly Arlecchino, Scaramouche, and potentially Varka, Alice, and Nicole. Durin also has another passive similar to Child and Skirk. Simply having him in your team increases your normal attack talent level by 1, which is huge, especially since both Scaramouche and Arlecchino scale directly from normal attack damage. It's also finalized that he will have a completely different kit mechanism than any other nod-krai units, which will specifically buff older or very specific newer units. So even though at first glance Durin looks like a universal buffer since his shred applies to literally any element, that's not 100% true. If you look closely, elements like Geo only have Albedo as an Easter egg character. With Dendro, it's only Kirara and Baiju. They are both supports. That makes him not nearly as useful for those elements. And worse, he won't really work with current top meta DPS like Malini or Nuvalet, or even nod-krai units like Flynn's and Nefer. That's a huge loss in overall DPS value, which also suggests that Nefer in particular will be left only with Columbina as her main future upgrade. Looking at his future teams, one setup is already being called Broken, which is Columbina, Varka, Durin, and the White Adeptus. According to sources, this will likely be the strongest team in version 6.4, and Varka will be a limited banner character. Don't worry about that. And also, I will give away 2 Welkin Moons at 500 subscribers and 5 Welkin Moons at 1,000 subscribers to my active viewers. I almost stream daily. Come join me. And I wanted to make the video in Hindi, but Hindi is sounding very funny and odd, so I went with English. Sorry for that. Now let's talk about the non-confirmed leaks, so take it with a grain of salt. Varka is probably going to be an Animo DPS. His primary source of damage will be normal attacks. He is now looking to be best in slot DPS for Columbina and Durin. There is another leak that in version 6.3, the White Adeptus, a female 5-star animal support and buffer designed for reaction-heavy teams, will be released alongside Columbina. And talking about Columbina, she's shaping up to be a support or sub-DPS, but can also flex into a main DPS role in the right teams, similar to how Nahida functions. She will also bring resistance shred for different elements. Her personal damage will probably be higher than Farina's. And while she can be paired with older units, her real strength comes when working with nod-krai units. Looking a bit further, Kazuha is speculated to get his rerun in version 6.5 alongside Nicole, who's expected to be a cryo support, and Sandrone. She will be a Geo DPS who introduces us to Lunar Crystallize. Early info suggests she's going to be absolutely busted. In fact, it's expected that she'll secure her place at the top 3 DPS by far, and will stay at the top until the nod-krai cycle ends. And talking about Alice, we still do not have any confirmation on her banner or kit. So with that, we've covered all the recent updates. Now the real question. Do you think Durin's kit is justified, or does it look too restrictive? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.